Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And once again, what a day in north central Washington today. This is that beautiful shot from our Rondo Sky-Fi Tower camera looking back at Turtle Rock, as you can see in the middle of your screen, in a very quiet and calm Columbia River this afternoon, and lots of sunshine and very nice temperatures. We have had a lot of snow melt over the past just 4 or 5 days, and we will see a pretty decent chance of some small streams rising, especially towards the end of the week and this weekend with rain in the forecast. We will see some of that snow melt, so keep an eye on the small streams around north central Washington. We could see that as a definite possibility over the next week or so. And we'll talk more about your weather forecast, and it's wetter coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Traffic on Stein Hill Road outside Dryden was shut down for a couple hours again today as the Chelan PUD continued repairs after a semi-accident earlier this week. The newly released state revenue forecast says $860 million of unanticipated money is available now. And 12th District State Representatives Mike Steele and Keith Gaynor will take a break from the legislative session in Olympia for a town hall in Wenatchee on Saturday. But first, we begin tonight. The man who shot 2 law enforcement officers Tuesday night in Kittitas has been identified as 29-year-old Juan Manuel Flores del Toro of Ellensburg. Del Toro died in the shootout shortly after taking the life of Kittitas County Sheriff's Deputy Ryan Thompson and wounding Kittitas Police Officer Benito Chavez. Thompson, 42 years old, was a Walla Walla native who attended Central Washington University and had worked in law enforcement in Kittitas County since 2004. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. Chavez, whose wife is expecting, is recovering in a Seattle hospital from a bullet wound to his leg. He's been with the department since last July. Thompson was responding to a road rage incident in the Badger Pocket area of Kittitas County about 7:42 p.m. that led to a pursuit into Kittitas, where Del Toro exited his vehicle, firing at Thompson and Chavez. The Ellensburg Police Department is investigating the shooting. Meanwhile, GoFundMe pages have been set up for both men, and by late this afternoon, more than $35,000 have been raised for Thompson's family and just over $3,000 for Chavez. Meanwhile, breaking news this afternoon, KHQ-TV out of Spokane reports that Del Toro was in this country illegally. Traffic on Stein Hill Road outside Dryden was shut down for a couple hours again today as the Chelan PUD continued repairs after a semi tipped over an embankment and knocked out a power pole Tuesday. About 500 Chelan PUD customers in the Peshastin-Dryden area lost power. It was one of 2 semis that wrecked in the area that day. Earlier, a flatbed semi carrying pallets of cardboard on Highway 2 tipped over the Jersey barrier, closing traffic on the highway for several hours. A detour on Stein Hill Road was shut down by the second semi-accident. The driver of the Highway 2 semi was injured when his arm was trapped between the cab and the ground. He was cited for illegal lane crossing. In other news, the newly released state revenue forecast says $860 million of unanticipated money is available to invest in services and programs over the next 2 years. Republicans in Olympia now contend that with that extra revenue, a $50 billion state budget can be passed without raising taxes, as Governor Jay Inslee has proposed. The legislature is currently working on a new 2-year budget that needs to be passed before the end of the legislative session in April. In that story, let's move on now to other news. 12th District State Representative Mike Steele and Keith Gaynor will take a break from the legislative session in Olympia for a town hall in Wenatchee on Saturday. The town hall will be from 10 a.m. to noon in the Grove Recital Hall at Wenatchee Valley College. Anyone is invited to ask questions or share concerns. Coming up next, Our Valley, Our Future was one of 4 groups statewide to be honored by FutureWise, a Seattle environmental group focused on preventing urban sprawl. The Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council recently launched a survey to gauge what kind of social and community services are needed by residents. And NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson will be in to fill us in on some of the events going on this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Hi, I'm Clayton Walker, General Manager at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Wenatchee, and I'd like to invite everyone to the dealership to see how easy it is to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle at your local dealership.
And I'm Mick Fabian, General Sales Manager, and we currently have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot to choose from, including the 2019 Motor Trend Truck and SUV of the Year.
So come on down to town and let us earn your business in 2019 at 1001 North Miller Street in Wenatchee.
Welcome back. In another news, Our Valley, Our Future, a wide-ranging Wenatchee Valley effort to tackle community issues, was one of 4 groups statewide to be honored by FutureWise, a Seattle environmental group focused on preventing urban sprawl. Housing problems are among more than 150 projects and programs Our Valley has tackled since being formed in 2015. At a FutureWise luncheon, Our Valley was praised for its collaborative approach to tackling the area's challenges. The Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council recently launched a survey to gauge what kind of social and community services are needed by residents. Survey respondents are being asked to identify barriers they and/or family members encounter in accessing services in the two-county area, ways to eliminate those barriers, the challenges the community faces in providing services, and the community resources they consider to be the highest priority. The survey is one of several tools being used by the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council to gather information for the needs assessment, which is required by federal law every 3 years. To access the survey, go to www.cdac.org. The Community Action Council will hold a community forum at 5:30 p.m. on April 9th. That'll be at the Wenatchee Community Center to unveil those survey findings. Time now for NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson to fill us in on some of the events going on this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Wenatchee High School presents You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown this Friday and Saturday at Wenatchee High School. This musical is based on the Peanuts comic strip characters created by cartoonist Charles Schultz and is sure to delight the entire family. The Wenatchee Valley College Foundation will host a Piatigorsky Foundation concert this Friday at 5:30 p.m. in the Grove Recital Hall Music and Arts Center on the Wenatchee Valley College campus. The concert features pianist Victor Santiago Asuncion and is sponsored by the Wilf Woods family. The concert is free and open to the public. Doors open at 5:15 p.m. Are you looking for a nonprofit that could use your volunteer time, energy, and knowledge? Do you want to learn more about the various programs offered by nonprofits? Nonprofit Day is this Saturday at Pybus Public Market from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be over 40 nonprofit organizations on the concourse with representatives ready to tell you about their programs and purposes. Prom dress giveaway is this Saturday and Sunday in the Old Hastings Building. Women's Service League of NCW collects new and gently used prom dresses, shoes, accessories, and donations throughout the year for this annual event. Volunteers help young ladies pick out their dream dress for free, making their dreams of wearing a beautiful dress to the prom a reality. Prom is more than just the dress. There is prom hair, nails, dinner, photos, tickets, and other accessories. These items and accessories will be raffled off to help complete the look and overall prom experience. This is a free event, but students must show their student ID to be admitted. And finally, Cashmere Community Concerts welcomes Eli West and Ben Winship this Saturday at 7 p.m. This dynamic duo is sure to tickle your music bones with nothing short of the best in great musicianship, tunes, and singing. Located at the Kashmir Riverside Center, a beautiful venue in which to enjoy bluegrass music in a smoke and alcohol-free environment with row-style concert seating and light refreshments provided. The cost is $3 at the door with a pass the hat for musicians. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at azchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
The best pizza in the known universe is right here in downtown Chelan, so come on up. For the best locally crafted beer and barbecue in Chelan, come on up.
For the best down-home scratch country cooking in North Central Washington, you'll find it in Manson. Come on up.
Come on up. Come on up.
Come on up.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Kashmir. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Kashmir is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Kashmir has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Kashmir's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson introduces us to Gator the dog.
Hey guys, Megan here with the NCWLIFE channel. We are here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us this week is Gator. Can you tell us about Gator?
Well, Gator here is he is a 3.5-year-old boy. He is an absolute love. He's a favorite of our volunteers here and our staff. Gator does need to be in a home with no other animals. He just wants to be your best friend. He does have a skin condition, and we are working on it here in the shelter, and our vet would be willing to talk to somebody about how to treat it. We don't know if it's also stress-induced from being here at the shelter. We just really, really want to see this guy end up in a really great home. He's been pretty stressed here. We've had him for quite a while, and he really deserves a home.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Time now to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Before we do all of that, let's take a beautiful look. And wasn't it a gorgeous day today? Outside our weather window, there's Turtle Rock, plain as day in the middle of our screen as we look back at the Wenatchee Valley from the Orondo area, thanks to our Sky-Fi camera there. What beautiful day with calm waters on the Columbia and just still some light snow now in the foothills of the Cascades. Of course, much more snow as we move into the upper valley. But boy, snow is really melting quickly here in the Wenatchee Valley. And as I mentioned at the top of the news, not much flooding is expected. We may see some lowland ponding of water around parking lots and things like that, but not much flooding is expected except rather small streams and creeks around the area. So we'll keep our eye on that over the next week or so. But what a beautifully warm day today. Once again, we were above normal for high temperatures. 62, by the way, was our high yesterday. So far today at 60 degrees. That may tick up a few degrees as well by the time we talk again tomorrow. 56 is our normal high, so 4 degrees above normal. Seems like forever since we've talked about that, doesn't it? 35 our overnight low, and that's right where we should be pretty much for this time of year. 72 is our record high. That was set back in 1960. Record low 25 in 2002. No new precipitation. That could change over the next 3 or 4 days, and we're still sitting for the year at 2.17 inches here in the Wenatchee Valley. Sunrise this morning at 7:02. Sunset, it's getting a little bit later now at 7:15. Let's put that surface map in motion and show you what we can expect now. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and mild temperatures, but this is what we're keeping our eye on, this huge area of low pressure out in the Pacific that will be affecting our weather over the next 24 to 36 hours. By the time we move into our Friday and the end of the work week, not a bad day for the most part. We will see increasing clouds throughout the day, and here's that band of rain showers that will begin to move our direction. Not so much at noon, but look what happens at 10 p.m. It will be just on the east side of the Cascade, so that'll bring us about a 30% chance of very light rain shower activity. It'll mainly be up until about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and then should taper off somewhat. Saturday, as we kick off our weekend, really not too bad. Partly cloudy skies. We'll see a light west breeze for Saturday and mild temperatures. You can see most of the precipitation for Saturday will stay in western Washington. For Sunday, most of us precipitation free. We'll see partly cloudy skies. Our temperatures will tick up a little bit on Sunday. One last shot of that warm air before we start the cool down on Monday. Increasing clouds. Another storm system will move up. We're seeing a very moist southwesterly flow, the jet stream coming up right through western Washington, and that's bringing that moisture to us. And by Monday night, our chance for rain will go up to an 80% chance for rain. So rain is likely, and the higher elevations of the Cascades could see a pretty good dumping of snow on Monday night and as we move into Tuesday. And then past Monday and into Tuesday and Wednesday, things will quiet down a bit with temperatures staying in the middle 50s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight, our low temperature, look at that, 42 degrees overnight. Not too shabby for this time of year. 59 the high tomorrow. Remember, a 30% chance of rain. That will be late on Friday night. Partly cloudy with the west breeze on Saturday and 57 to start our weekend. And look at this beautiful Sunday. Partly cloudy skies, mild conditions with highs near 60, and then a really good chance for rain as we move into Monday. Increasing clouds throughout the day. We'll see an 80% chance of rain then late on Monday into Monday night and 55, and then cooler temperatures for Tuesday and 54. Another shot of a chance of rain, 40% for Wednesday. Highs then at 56 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. The Wenatchee Wild bounced back for a 4-1 victory over Cowichan Valley in Game 4 of the BCHL playoff series last night. That evens it at 2 games apiece. Wenatchee got on the board first less than 2 minutes into the first period, and P.J. Fletcher scored his 4th goal of the playoffs. That made it 1-0. The Wild scored the only goal in the second period at the 9:28 mark by Murphy Stratton to make it 2-0 heading into the third. Even though the Caps got a goal from Brady Lynn in the final frame, Blake Barger and Marco Reifenberger made sure the series would head back to Wenatchee tied tomorrow night. Art Checker had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network, video courtesy of Hockey TV.
Get a bunch of folks together, and Friday night we'll see you at the Wolves' Den. Here's Souter, right wing corner. Plays it back behind, comes up and has it on the backhand. Walks up the wall with it to the midpoint, opens up, shot, save, rebound, score! P.J. Fletcher. Lucas Souter came around the near boards, went up top to the midpoint in the extreme high slot, fired a shot through traffic. The stop was made, but P.J. Fletcher was right there to collect a loose rebound. A minute 54 into the contest, the Wild strike first, and they lead it 1-0. First played by Stratton over to Souter, top of the circle. Left point for Winslow. Modry unloads, shot, trickle, score! Modry took a shot from the right point. It was deflected in front on the way through. I don't know if Stratton got a piece of it or if it went off of a Capital stick. Modry's leaving the drive-by, so we're going to assume it's going to be credited to Modry. Time of the goal, 9 minutes and 28 seconds. Micro Giannakis doubles back, sends a long feed ahead. Selivanov wants to play it. Now moved ahead for Brady Lynn. His shot and he scores. Brady Lynn from the top of the left circle. 4 minutes and 48 seconds, time of the goal. And the Caps close the gap to 1. There's conquest for the Capitals. He comes up through center, poked off his blade. Reifenberger carries it in. Up the left wing boards. He's still got it to the backhand. Backdoor shot, score! Blake Barger. Set up by Reifenberger, who muscled his way down the left side, danced through the defense, kicked it back up to his stick blade, moved in between the hash marks, and sent the backhand dish over for Barger. Barger fires it home on the short side, his 4th goal of the playoffs, and the Wild now lead it 3-1 with 5:41 left to play. Sent down low for Lynn. Punched off his blade by Sasaki. Rattles out front. Micro Giannakis curls. He shoots. That's blocked. Rebound. Chiseled across. Blade by Sasaki. Over for Stratton. Then ahead to Reifenberger. He looks at the empty net and puts it home. Marco Reifenberger with the empty netter will seal the victory for the Wild here tonight. And this series is even up now at 2 games apiece. And that guarantees there'll be hockey here in this building on Sunday night.
But first, Game 5 will be at the Town Toyota Center tomorrow night, 7:05. Game 6 back in Duncan, BC, Sunday. If necessary, Game 7 will be back in Wenatchee Tuesday night at 7:05. Turning to the prep sports schedule for today, a lot of these are already in the books, but let's tell you about them. High school tennis this afternoon. Wenatchee playing at Moses Lake. Eastmont with a long trek to Sunnyside. Cascade, meanwhile, at Ephrata. Aniat hosting Tonasket. In a skimpy prep baseball schedule for the day today, Elmira Cooley Heartline, the home team, even though the game is in Chelan. Manson's on the road at Pateras. There's just one softball game to tell you about, and that's in the B schools. Manson hosting Pateras earlier this afternoon. Ichiro Suzuki has played his last Major League Baseball game. The 45-year-old Japanese superstar announced prior to today's game against Oakland and Tokyo that he would retire after the game. Manager Scott Service let him have a final moment in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, the great Ichiro Suzuki stays in this game, and it is a tie game. The whole thing is changing moment by moment because this is a big league game that the Mariners are trying to win. And now, wait a minute, Scott Service has come out, and the Mariners players are going to gather. This will be the moment. For the final time, coming off a Major League field.
Quite a special moment in the Tokyo Dome. Meanwhile, the game would go 14 innings. Seattle would come out on top 5-4 thanks to a fielder's choice off the bat of Domingo Santana. The A's tried for a double play, but Santana safe at first while D. Gordon scored the game winner. Ryan Healy was 2 for 5 with a 2-run home run. Mitch Haniger 2 for 4 with a solo shot. Seattle split squads team has a spring training game today against Cincinnati in Peoria. Of course, today, day 1 of the NCAA basketball tournament. Gonzaga taking on Fairleigh Dickinson right now on True TV. Tomorrow, Oregon plays Wisconsin at 12:30 on TBS. The Huskies will take on Utah State at 3:50 in the afternoon on TNT. And we have to do a little shout out to our very own Nate Harris. That's Nate right there officiating the NCAA basketball game today between Michigan State and Bradley. Our own Quincy Nate Harris. There you go. That's sports. Grant, next to you.
Thanks, Eric. Recapping tonight's top news story, the man who shot 2 law enforcement officers Tuesday night in Kittitas has been identified as 29-year-old Juan Manuel Flores del Toro of Ellensburg. Del Toro died in the shootout shortly after taking the life of Kittitas County Sheriff's Deputy Ryan Thompson and wounding Kittitas Police Officer Benito Chavez. Thompson, 42 years old, was a Walla Walla native who attended Central Washington University and had worked in law enforcement in Kittitas County since 2004. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. Chavez, whose wife is expecting, is recovering in a Seattle hospital from a bullet wound to his leg. He's been with the department since last July. Thompson was responding to a road rage incident in the Badger Pocket area of Kittitas County about 7:42 p.m. that led to a pursuit into Kittitas, where Del Toro exited his vehicle firing at Thompson and Chavez. The Ellensburg Police Department is investigating the shooting. Meanwhile, GoFundMe pages have been set up for both men, and by this afternoon, more than $35,000 have been raised for Thompson's family and about $3,500 for Chavez. KHQ TV in Spokane also reports Del Toro was in this country illegally. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host, Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
I'm Jim Corcoran.
And I'm Ken Osborne.
And you're watching the NCWLIFE channel.